In this video, we will be explaining that what is a type conversion and what's the use of it, what are the different kind of type conversions are there. So why the type conversion is required? Because basically you want to add two different types of data types. Then Python will automatically convert the data type to the required data type if possible, or else it will show you the error. Once you know the error, then you should know the method that how to convert one data type to another data type. Fine. So in type conversion, first type of conversion is called as implicit type conversion, or it is also called as your automatic type conversion. That means here the Python will convert the data type for you. So let us take an example here. So x equals to 5. So what is this? This is a integer type. Fine. I know that if I enter like this, then it becomes the integer type. So now let us take y is equals to, let's say, 10.25, any floating value. So here I know that, so it is a floating type. Fine. Now if I add two numbers, so if a integer is added with a floating point, then we know that answer should be 15.5. But 15.25 is a floating type. So Python should be able to do that. Otherwise it will be a error here. Fine. So if I take z equals to x plus y, z equals to x plus y, and we are going to print what is the value of z and what is the type of z also will be printing. So we'll write type of z also I'll print here. So if I do that, now you see the result is 15.25 and the class is float. That means the type of z it is showing me as float. Fine. So that means I have not declared any type for the z, but the Python is automatically converting the variable z to the floating type. Now let us take another example here. So let me take a equals to 45.6, any random value I am taking. So this is what, this is a floating type. Now if I take, let's say, b equals to, and let's say okay, complex number. How to write a complex number? I'll write 5 plus, let's say, 6j. If I write, then this becomes a complex number. Fine. Now if I add a integer type or a floating type to a complex number, then my result should be a complex number as well, always. So if I write c equals to a plus b, then what should be my answer? I know that answer should be a complex number here. Fine. So we'll print the value of c and the type of c as well. So let us see what it gives. So here it gives the result as 50.6 plus 6j. That means the 45.6, the real part is added with the real part in the complex number, and the imaginary part is kept it. That means it is actually converting the a inbuilt to a floating type where it takes a as. So here what it is doing here, it takes the value of a as 45.6 plus 0j. Fine. So this is how it is calculating. That means 45.6 is the real part and 0j is the imaginary part it is considering and doing the addition here. Fine. So this is called as your automatic type conversion, or else it is also called as coercion, or it is implicit type conversion. So next type of type conversion we have here. So it is called as explicit type conversion, where I know that what will be the type and I want to make that conversion. So in that case it is called as a explicit type conversion. So how does this happen? Let us see. For example, I'll take, let's say, x equals to 5. Okay. Now let me print the type of x. So let me print the type of x. Then we are going to convert. So okay. So print spelling mistake is there. So now print type of x. If I write, then the integer type, it is the type of variable is integer. Now if I want to convert that to some other type, I want to convert the x to a floating type, means manually if I want to do it, then how to do? Simple, I'll take that another variable and I'll write x equals to, I want to convert to float, so here I'll write float, and in bracket I'll just pass the value of x, and here if I print the value of y and type of y as well, so it is giving me here 5.0 as the answer. It's not giving me 5 now, it's giving 5.0 because it became a float here. Fine. So like this you can do it. For example, I want to make it complex. So let me take z equals to, So I want to convert that to a complex number, then I'll write complex and I'll pass the variable as x here. You can pass x and y, anything. And then let us print the value of z and what is the type of z here. Fine. So you see the value of z becomes 5.0j and the type here is complex number. Okay, so this is one type where the numbers are related. So let us consider where a text is related or anything like that, then what we can do. Fine. So let's take that. For example, let me take again some variable x. Let's say x is equals to 5. Okay, and let's say I want to convert that to a string. So here if I want to type what is the type of x, so it is integer now. But if I write, let's say y equals to str, stands for string, and if I pass that variable x and then if I print the value of y, so it is coming inside a code. That means the y value is actually a string here. So if I write the type of y, so it is returning the string. That means I am forcefully converting the value of x to a string type. Fine. So what can be a real life example? So let me write here. So just print one statement here. So I am just going to let us evaluate something. Fine. So let us evaluate that z equals to, I will take a string, the value of x is, if I want to print this, and here I want to add the x variable also. See if I run this code, it is giving me error that cannot concatenate string with the integer. So it's not possible. But here if I take this as string, the x, if I convert that to string, how I am converting? See, just writing the string, explicit type conversion I am doing. So if I run this code now, then there is no error. If I print the value of z, then it is coming as the value of x is 5. So if you want to add a space here, you can go colon and give a space whatever you want to write. If I run it again, then the value of x is 5, it is coming, and the type of z is what? So here if I want to print the type of z, so let us print both the values. So I'll print z, then type of z as well. So if I print the value of x is 5, so that is what printed here first, and the type of z is equals to string here. So what we have seen here is we can convert one type to another type using the explicit functions like string. You can take float, you can take complex, you can take any other value also. So if you have to do those things manually, then you can do that. Fine. So this is how you can convert a one data type to another data type very easily. And let us see one more example that how you can convert a string to an integer as well. So let me write that I'll just write string that is equals to, and I am going to write here one value 1 2 3 4 5. So this is a number I am writing. Now if I print string, so it is printing 1 2 3 4 5, and if I print what is the type here, type of string variable, it is string. Now it's not a number, but it is looking like a number. But if you have to use this somewhere, then how to use it? So now let's take an example where I take x equals to, as a string I'll take 5, and then let me take y equals to 10 for example. Okay, or else let us write z equals to 10 plus x. So we think that the answer should be x equals to 5, means 10 plus 5, it should be giving me the answer. But in this case, if you print the z, it will show you an error. What is the error? So unsupported operand types of plus, integer and string, you cannot add it. But if I do a explicit conversion, if I write here int, if I convert that string to a integer here directly, then I can get the result easily. Fine. Now let's consider instead of a number there is a variable or there is a character is there. So will it be able to do that? So let us see that. So here it is saying that we cannot use the invalid literal for the base 10 a. That means I cannot convert a to a integer, it's not possible. If it is required, you need to convert that to ASCII code and then you can do this. That means you can do a type conversion, but you should also know that is it possible or not. So I cannot convert a to integer, so that is not possible. So also you need to logically think what is possible and what is not possible in this case. Fine. So that's how you can do a type conversion in Python. So very simple thing is there. One is your implicit type conversion, another we say that explicit type conversion. In explicit type conversion, we can do the conversion on our own, or else you can means Python will do it automatically if it is possible. So here let me take another example where we take some input from the user, then what happens there, fine. So let me take one variable that is x and I will take a input from the user. Okay, so let me take enter a number. So here x, I am asking the user to enter a number here, and then I am just declaring a value y equals to 5, let's say, and I just want to evaluate a z equals to x plus y. Now if I enter a value or a number in the x, then the answer should be coming, whatever x I have given, answer should be coming in that way. But we'll see that what happens there, will print z value. So if I run it, it is asking me enter a number. So let me enter 10 here. So if I enter the number 10, so see what is happening. So here it is not possible to concatenate string into integer. Why this error is coming? Because here if I print what is the type of x, so if I enter 10, so still it's error. So let me don't do this line for the time being. Now if I run this code, oh, z I am not taking, so I should not print this as well. Okay, so if I enter the number now, so what again the error, print. So here the print spelling mistake is there. Okay, now if I enter the number here, so now it is just printing the value of x, but what is the type of x? So let's check that as well. So type of x, if I print, let me take 12 this time, so type of x is string. Now if I uncode this and try to run this, so if I enter any value there, so it is showing me an error that we cannot do it there. Why? Because here it is trying to add z, which is equals to x plus y. X is a string and y is a your integer here, so it cannot be added in this case. So how to do this? So here we can explicit conversion we can do. Now if I run the code, give any value, then the z value it can give me as 15, because here I am converting the value to the integer. So that is why it is important that you should convert a input to the required data type, fine. So here in the input, let me write float. Okay, just before the input, let me write a float, and here I won't convert that to string. I will keep it as it is. So let's see what happens. It is asking me a number. Let me take 12, and the answer is 17.0. That means what is happening? Whatever x I am taking, the value of x is now a float. Automatically, it is getting converted to float. Whatever number I am entering here, and then it is adding with the y value, which is an integer, and the final answer is your float here, that we have seen in the implicit conversion, fine. So this is how you can do type conversion in Python. It's very easy, and in other videos we will see some other examples. Thank you.